Hello guys, and welcome to my first commentary video on this channel. And today's highlights, joining us at France for PSGL F3 round 2 of the season. And we're going into turn 1 on our fastest flying run of the qualifying session. So if we went through turn 1 and 2 there, it was pretty decent, matching our previous best. As we go through turn 3 and 4, using as much of the curve as possible. Turn 5 were really tricky there, but we got 0.4 set to 1, and we come out onto the straight. And at the moment we are matching the sector of Cortez, who was provisional pole sitter at the time. He did a 48.4 in sector 2. As we go through the chicane, use a lot of the curve on the inside of the left, don't get as much of the apex on the right, but we carried a lot of speed anyway. We kept the 10th up, and we're only 5 thousandths off Cortez going through into the final sector. And I think this is the part of the lap where the lap just fell away. As you see, we just really wide, didn't hit the apex at all through there. And we come up into this left-hander, probably struggled through this corner the most out of all the corners through practice, just kept on knocking the rears when taking the wide line. But we get that pretty decent. As we go into the final 2 corners, you see in the final corner, we just lock up completely. I missed the apex, I went too deep. And on the exit curve, of course, didn't help for traction, so we got a 27.6 only, which was quite a disappointing lap, really. I was hoping for
41, but to be honest, I'll
contending
take
for
that
pole,
just to be safe.
But P3 in the end, I mean, it wasn't too bad. P3 is a pretty decent starting grid, and it's not all won in qualifying. So as we get into the race, as you see, intermediate conditions for the race start. So the lights are all coming on. Try to get the best RPM as possible, try and keep it around 10k revs as we get away. And we get a pretty decent start, we keep the leaders, but Devon gets quite a good launch from his grid slot, and he goes into the back of Orica into turn 1. He loses his end plate, just completely flies off in the right hand corner of my screen there, but he's pretty much out of the question. As we go to lap 5, and you see the Mercedes is just losing out a lot of time to Cortez at the front, so I was just pushing and pushing to try and get through and maybe keep up with the leader. As we go up the inside, he gives space. We just didn't have enough confidence in the brakes, I think, to try and get the move done there, but I kept the power down coming out of the chicane, gone for the inside being quite a dominant line coming into this long right hander, and we got him. We can finally go after Cortez as we skip to lap 10, and one of the Ferraris had a moment coming out of the chicane and brought out the VSC.
Yeah, see,
so
watch out for it upgrading.
I saw this as a good opportunity to pit, because I knew my tyre performance was pretty decent in the inters. I wasn't wearing them out so much. I was on 46% by lap 10, so I was expecting maybe mid 70s maximum by the end of the race. As you see, we come into the pits here. I think coming into the pits here, this was probably the most stressful moment of the race I had. As we come in and we look behind us, there's a gap. We engage and disengage the clutch, and it just didn't let us out until the last moment, which lost us probably a second to the Mercedes, which was pretty annoying because we could have had another second in it. But in the end, we gained time overall on Cortez, who was leading. So as we get to lap 13, or the end of lap 13, Cortez in the pits as well as his teammate Laurie, and we come out about 4 seconds ahead of Cortez, which just shows how much we gained under the VSC. But we had 12% more tyre wear, which I was afraid that Cortez was going to catch up and pass us before the end of the race, but it was caught up behind the traffic of the other cars that pitted under the VSC, so I was pretty safe from that, and he picked up a penalty as well before the end of the race. As we go through the final corner, and the tyres were just absolutely done. I think we had better wear than most of our rivals as well at the end, as we come across the line to win my 3rd race on F1 2021 and my first ever PSGL race win as well. And we've took the lead of the F3 Championship, which is also a nice little bonus to add to that. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hoping to bring more commentary into the highlight videos as of now on. But for now, I will see you guys in the next one.